to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Which camera?
Thank you for finally coming to the show. I've been trying to get you on forever.
No problem. No, I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so you've been so busy. I know when I met you, you've changed a lot since I've met you. Transformation, like.
Yeah, you used to be a woman. Just joking.
You've changed in every way. Now you're like, you have a master's degree. Now you've surpassed my level of education. So awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't know if I surpassed your level, but yeah. I filled the requirements. I met the basic minimum.
And now you're like half the man you used to be.
I lost a pound or two.
I don't even mean that in the nicest of ways.
Yeah. A lot of changes. School, stand-up, and the gym pretty much have been it. All I had to do was like tell my kids not to bother me. I mean, my kids, my actual children. I just told them, I'm busy. I'll be busy for the next 2 years. So.
Well, what happened? Did COVID kind of spike a lot of this? Because you had something like, what happened to make all these positive changes and super busy changes?
Just, I don't know. I have 2 daughters. They were getting older, and after a certain age, they don't need you as much. So I had some free time. So I decided to got more disciplined. Got more disciplined with school and with the gym, and that was it. I grew up.
Well, because I recently, reconnected with you, but I don't think I had seen you since 2019. Since right before COVID, we did a show in Club One Casino, and that was the last time I think I saw you in person.
Yeah.
I think so.
That was a while ago. I mean, I've seen you around, but I mean, COVID kind of changed a bunch of stuff for a bunch of people, but yeah, it was interesting. I think everything changed. Stand-up changed. It kind of like branched off all these different avenues for entertainment. People tried doing it online, and they realized they didn't have to, you could market different ways, you could reach people.
What do you like about online? It's a little bit harder, I feel like.
Comedy?
Online, doing it, when you watch it live and when you watch it online.
Oh, yeah, I hated online comedy. It was horrible. It wasn't, you need the audience.
It's a different effect, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for, skits and for marketing and stuff like that. And for social media was a big thing. I think that's changed, especially in comedy. You have to be your own market person. You have to, you have to edit video. You've got to produce videos, and that's kind of where it's at right now, which I like because it's more freedom. You don't have to go through the same channels. I see a lot of the younger comics in Fresno that are doing their thing. These guys are out there making skits, making videos, getting numbers, getting seen, and they're doing a great job. They're awesome.
That's so awesome. And then not only that, you actually managed to find time to MC all these events like AppCal every Saturday?
Yeah. So it's funny because my relationship with AppCal started off, the owner, Darren Small, he put out he would host comedy shows out there, and it's a great venue, perfect for music. And so he would have me out there and in between the bands and doing crowd work, and when something, the music shows, you never know what's going to go on, and sound equipment messing up. So, and just for promotions out there, just being the face and talking to people. So that was fun. I mean, I love those shows. It's fun because you see some of the same customers and some of the same, the bands that come back, and it's just it's a great vibe. I love it out there. I have a lot of fun because the people are great. And so, yeah, it's nice. You get to go out there and have listen to good music and I mean, and they're changing too. It used to be AppCal used to be classic rock, and we're all getting older. And some of the classic rock bands now are it's not about the Eagles and Van Halen. Now they're having I think last year they had Taylor Swift tribute band. They have Shakira this year. There's Bruno Mars.
My God.
Yeah, and
Thanks for making me feel very, very old now.
Right. And the bands are great. These are actual live bands. They're performing. They're really owning tributes to the artist. And it's I thought it was, the Taylor Swift thing was cool. Not that I'm a fan. I don't really listen too much of her music because she makes me so sad. But it was kind of cool to see. I did see lots of parents out there, and come on, if you really went to her concert, it would cost $1,000 just for 2 people to go, and a lot of people can't afford that. So it was really cool. And there were little girls and boys, and it was fun. They got to kind of go vibe to her music, and the parents didn't have to spend all that money. I saw a lot of parents and kids having a good time, and that's kind of what actually that whole place is about.
That's true. That's a good point. To have like a discounted, really good live experience. So live music is always fun. So.
Yeah, they had. I think even it was funny because last year they had a Linkin Park tribute band, and it was funny to like I listened to Linkin Park back in the day, and you saw there were all these like anxious teens that were rebelling against their parents, and now they're in their like late 30s out there, and it was funny to see them all rocking out and stuff. So I think it's a great way to go catch some nostalgia and just kind of vibe. So yeah, it's fun. MCing out there is I like getting the crowd hype and making a joke or two. But
I think it's funny your day job. So you do therapy?
Well, no, I have a master's in social work, and I worked I work with students, and I did an internship at a juvenile hall correctional facility.
That must have been interesting.
Yeah, and it was, and I kind of had a background working with kids in foster care and group homes. So I had a big impact working at the juvenile hall, or working with students at the juvenile hall. So that's kind of where I'm moving towards now. I'd like
do you get to be funny at all when you do these things?
I try not to be, but I do.
I would think they'd love that, but I guess it's a hard line to.
Right. I mean, I have to know a client really, really well.
Right.
But eventually, my personality comes out. So
I felt comfortable talking to you. I think that people could trust you more and open up if they see that side of you.
Well, that's a good. I mean,
you know what I mean?
Glad
like
you
if
do.
they see
that.
Like,
do you want to talk about some issues right now?
I might. Hey, how much time do we know?
But yeah, it's. I like making people feel comfortable. I think I try to be personable, and I think even whether it be therapy, I think therapy and comedy have a lot to do with each other. There are certain comedians who I may not even laugh a lot at their jokes, like big name comedians, but I love watching them perform, like Fluffy is one. I'm not, out of all my favorite comics, I don't think he'd be in my top 15, but I've been to several shows, and it's because of his connection with the audience. I mean, his ability to connect to, it's hard enough to connect with one person, but when he's on stage, he connects with, tens of thousands of people at the same time, and he has this way about him, and I think that's it's like a hard skill to kind of like have that personality. I watch people watch him, and they're like, it's I don't know, something about him and the way he talks to the audience and makes them feel valued. It's kind of cool. I mean, therapy is the same thing as comedy in that aspect, where you want just their attention and they need to feel validated. So that's kind of cool. It's very similar.
How old were you when you first started comedy or stand-up?
First started stand-up. I was about over 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, it was like maybe longer than that.
I don't know. I feel like you've been doing it forever.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, now that I think about it, no, you know what? 2000. Yeah, almost 15 years.
Okay.
And at first, in the local scene, is all the guys know each other, and it started off like everybody else. I got a divorce and thought, okay, let's go make some jokes about it. So
that was your therapy then.
Right. I'm like, you know what? Let me go. I will talk crap on the mic, and it turned out, but so much has changed. I think. So
you're like the Taylor Swift of comedy. You're not going to write a song. You're just going to write a skit.
Right. I'm just going to go talk about. And it's funny you say that, because it's bad at first. At first, when you're taking all that kind of like anger and pain, and you're like trying to make fun of it, and now it's lots changed. I try not to be so like mean, like not so much mean, but like you're taking your experiences. I think that's a big part of the comics that I like, especially a lot of the local guys will take certain aspects of their personality, their experiences, and you just. You get to like talk about it with other people, and people, share. We all share some of the same common.
We get to laugh at your pain, and it's okay. It's acceptable.
Yeah.
So
Or
that's
parents,
the cool part.
or as parents,
Right?
as parents, I think I'm not. I'm by far. I'm not a perfect parent, and I think it's kind of cool to talk about how what you're bad at with your as far as not being the ideal parent, or your kids not being the ideal kids, and it's just like those things that we all talk about and know, but that aren't like we don't like to admit to others and ourselves. I think that's where you find the nuggets of comedy.
So what I find funny is, what did your daughters think when you started doing like therapy and going to the prisons and like working with children? Because then you come back like, well, I helped this kid, and they were like, oh, Dad, whatever, okay.
Oh yeah, they're like that. They're like that with everything. Like my daughter recently said, oh, somebody asked me if it must be fun to go to your dad's shows, and is he funny? And then she responded, well, some people think other people think he is. Like they don't think anything I say is funny. They're like, we've heard those same hack jokes for years. We're done. No, I mean, it's what's funny is that they actually communicate the same way. They're pretty funny with each other, but me, I'm not funny. I'm just the old dude that like always lectures them. So, and then kids, what are you gonna do?
So you just graduated, you got your master's, and your daughter just graduated from FPU?
Yeah, she's
my alma mater.
By 20,
really cool.
yeah, she's going to be a teacher. She's a good kid. I told her you did more schooling in 4 years than me or your mother did in 10. So yeah, good for you.
But that's really cool. I mean, because I hear a lot about that. Some parents think about going back to school when their kids, and then you kind of did. I know you didn't do that on purpose, but it worked out really cool.
Yeah, we both graduated at the same time.
It was kind of fun.
And for the she was worried about her graduation party, and I'm just like, yeah, it was a.
Yeah, once we get a certain age, we're like, we don't.
Yeah. I told her too. I was like, yeah, let's graduate together. Let's party together. And she didn't want to have. She's like, nah, I'm good. I didn't want to. Yeah, so she went out and partied with her friends, and I did not. But yeah, it's kind of cool to see her grow up, especially since when I first started comedy, a lot of it was about raising little girls, and now these little girls are, well, my daughters are 21 and 18, so now they're little women, and it's interesting to see them. Yeah, they're not little girls anymore. They're going through breakups. They're talking about guys they've dated, and they have their own they're developing their own sense of the world, and that's a whole new form of comedy, like dealing with young ladies.
Have they ever talked about being comedians themselves?
Or? No, they don't. My oldest tries to be. They'd be insult comics. They like to be sarcastic and rude, mostly to me. But that's just kind of their. Yeah, and the humor is different. I mean, I hear them and their friends talk, and what they find funny is sometimes I'm like, you know what. They are doing some kind of drugs. I don't know what they're. I don't know what they're on, but they're just like I don't know. They find the weirdest stuff funny. It's definitely interesting. I mean, and then so much has changed. They're on social media all the time. I mean, they won't. Like every time they tell me a joke, I'm like, where'd you hear that? Show me the TikTok that whatever. So,
you already know.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I'm like, that wasn't original. But I mean, it's. I learned a lot though, because they really. I hate being that boomer dude, but they'll be like they'll be like, hey, like they'll show me something, and I hate it when they show me something that actually like, oh, that is kind of funny, or that's cool, and it generates an idea. Like you feel like, damn, you have to admit it, yeah, that there's something to the. I don't know. It helps me stay young, I think.
Yeah, and then don't you hear about it a few days later, and you're like, I know what that means.
Right.
I just saw it. They just showed me that. Right. Now I understand what that means.
Now I can. Yeah,
it's fun, huh?
Yeah, now I get that meme that you sent me, right? And yeah, some of them or they always like, have you heard about this trend or this new thing? And I'm like, sometimes I say yeah just to mess with them. Like yeah. I really have no idea what they're talking about. But yeah, you're making me feel really old right now. But it's cool to watch kids grow up. There's a lot of comedy and everything. I mean, think about it. Any part of life you can see the humor. You can see humor out of it. Yeah.
Well, now it's cool. You've taken on a new adventure. I'm so excited because I get to be with you and I get to see you and laugh with you all the time on the regular basis now.
I will say that's the thing I like. I've been so busy for the last. I think last year. I did a lot of stand up, different parts of the country. On my buddy's tour, and we were in some pretty big cities. And
how long was that? How long of a tour was that?
It was like 3. It's throughout the year, but we spent like I think a week and a half on the East Coast, and we were like in New York, Philadelphia, Chicago, Nashville, and Pittsburgh.
So you do a week and a half, then you take a break.
Well, yeah, depending on the dates that his tour ran.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. You can kind of regroup and then go back out.
Right, and
I like that.
This summer we're going out again. I think this Sunday we'll be in Arizona, and then
where out? What town?
At the Mic Drop Comedy Club. It's actually in Chandler, Arizona. It's like we've been there a couple of times. It's a nice club.
Nice.
And in July we're going to be at City Winery. That same venue will be in New York, St. Louis. Nashville and Chicago and Boston. I have to look at the itinerary, but I know those cities for sure.
What's it like when you tour with comedy? I don't know. I have no idea. I know how bands tour together and stuff. What do you do in comedy? Like
you're stuck in a car. Like I think for that tour, we landed in Nashville, and if I could show you on a map, we'd spent like a week and a half on the road, and it's like, it wasn't glorious at all. We'd like spend the night at a hotel, perform, and sometimes leave that night to drive like 15 hours to the next spot, and then perform there and repeat that throughout the week.
Oh
and
my goodness, that's almost worse.
Yeah, I mean, and you're stuck with the same guys, and it's yeah. Some parts are cool. Performing was cool. I think that's kind of what makes it all worth it. Like you get to like, once you hit the stage, it's kind of cool. You get to like make people laugh, and it's cool in different cities too. You learn quickly. Like sometimes being from the Valley, you have references or a certain style that may not resonate at different parts, different.
Oh yeah, you
can
can tell different jokes. They're
right,
like, yeah, these are my
right.
East Coast people, and I can rip out these jokes. I'll understand because you have people here who will understand it. Yeah,
and that's what makes some comics. I mean, that's the goal, right? To make everybody laugh, not just people in a certain part of the country, and that's fun. That's always fun. I think it was a great learning experience. I mean, in addition to being able to travel and see different parts of the country.
I love that you impress me with all the things that you do. You managed to have like a full-time job here. You managed to do that. The ABCAL.
Well, it's easy. All you have to do is like be bad at everything. And you can do a lot of things. I'm not the best at my job. I'm a subpar comic. I'm an okay dad. See, but you can do all of them. You can be really good at one thing, or you can be crappy at several. So that's my.
That's a trick.
Yeah. That's a trick. See?
So what are we doing now? Now we have Yosemite Falls Cafe.
So now that I have more time, and I decided this summer is gonna be the summer where I actually get to. There's a lot of people, local comics, and I'm being one of them. There's like a new batch of guys. I see them putting in the work and, doing open mics, and they're really nice guys. And I was like, you know what? So locally, like the one stable, there's a lot of different mics that shows that pop up. But like, for example, DeChico's. That's a place that's been there that Danny Minch runs that, and that's been there for years. It's people know they developed like an audience. It's pretty consistent, and so I thought, okay, that's on Wednesday nights. That's great. Let me see if I can maybe start something on a different night where just give more opportunities and different part of town. That was in Clovis, so I'm like, you know what? So the owners from the restaurant hit me up and said, hey, you want to do a comedy night? I'm like, you know what? Perfect. I'm hosting the show every single Tuesday. We call it Free Therapy Tuesdays. And the owners even had a good special that like $5 Tito's drinks, which is, I don't know if you're suffering in this economy, but $5 for a drink.
I mean, we can't go wrong with that.
Right, come on, that's a bargain. And then they have appetizer specials, and the staff is nice. And I know that venue back in like 12 years ago, they used to have little, comedy shows there, but now it was cool. The owner was really receptive. He put up a stage. That was the thing.
That was awesome. Like, hey, what do you need? Let's do that.
Right. And that to as a performer myself, those things matter. Like, where you like, do you have the right lighting? Is the sound okay? Because you want to give the audience that good comedy club feel, and it's a good spot. The room's not too big. The ceilings are low. You don't need 100 people. We'd like 100 people, but you don't need to have this massive crowd to get that that rolling laughter effect in there. So I'm looking forward to. I hope it goes well tonight, and I hope people from the community show up. It's a free show, so it doesn't cost you anything. And
it's every Tuesday. So that's the thing. It's like, well, we're to see how it goes.
Right, right. Yeah. Nothing to lose. If you can see some really good up and coming comics. You can see some really bad comics, and you can laugh at them too. And it's a cool experience. I always tell people who have never been to a show before, go to open mic. Just go, and it's different than than a very polished show. Like a lot of people only go see comedy when it's like Joe Coy or somebody big like that, and those are great experiences.
And then some of them have gotten weird. You can't take your cell phone in. They confiscate, and I'm just kind of like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, no one cares if you come here with your cell phone.
So it's kind of like I'm kind of digging the smaller comedy vibes because some of the big ones have just gotten weird. You want that feel to feel like you're at a comedy club. Like you want that, it gets lost when it's too big.
I mean, there's a different feel for it for sure.
Right.
I mean, you go see Joe Coy. He's amazing, and his fans are there, and it's great to see all that polished material. But yeah, talk about like you really get to see some of like a joke in the works at an open mic, and it's not just open mic comics. There are some of the guys that are really, they're going to be traveling soon, and they'll be working on their sets, and those are the guys. There will be a few paid spots.
Yeah, you might have some actual.
Yeah, some good features are going to stop by.
And then they're going to heckle the audience. Are people allowed to sit in front and not get heckled, or are you going to pick on everybody?
I don't.
You got to pick on everybody.
Yeah,
Come on.
I don't do much of that. I'm a nice guy.
Oh my gosh.
No,
well, then
funny.
you can sit in the front row, everybody.
Yeah, don't be afraid. People always do that. I don't want you going to pick on me, and I'm like, no.
Fine.
I will. Yeah, I mean, some comics, a lot of their crowd work is amazing. It's great. It's funny. That's what I like about. You never know what you're going to get. I mean, on any given night, some crowd work, like sometimes it ruins the show. Sometimes it makes the show. It just depends. Most of the time, I would advise the audience, like if you just sit there and laugh, you probably won't get picked on. But if you are yelling stuff back, I don't know, that's a different story. There's different theories. Different comics handle it differently.
And you'll jump on and do sets, so we don't have. That's the funny part. That's
I get
a great
to work
part.
on new stuff, which I like.
That is awesome.
So
How fun is that going to be?
I totally think that it's give it at least a couple of shows. I tell people to come by, check it out. You've got nothing to lose, and it's great because you're.
And I get to be there with you.
Yes,
I get to be your co. What am I? The co.
Yeah, you're gonna jump on the mic.
I'm just a girl.
She's gonna tell jokes too.
Now you're gonna put me on the spot. Maybe I'll get heckled. You can heckle me anytime you want, Eddie.
Right. Consensually.
No, I think we'll have a great time. So this is gonna be really fun. And so we take requests too.
Joke requests?
Joke requests, no, but like also comedic requests of local comedians. We can try to get up there and do like a bid, like, hey, like Patrick Pollock, we need to tell if you want him to come on.
Oh yeah,
Smiley wants to come on. Come on, be like, hey, so you guys could put your requests in there of people you want to see jump on the open mic. So.
I put it out. Yeah, if you have like a local comic,
if you guys all put their name out there, they might feel obligated to come out.
Oh yeah,
right.
Put their names out there.
Put them on blast. Yeah.
Tag them. Do all that stuff. Or message me directly.
Yeah.
And say I'll hunt them down. You know
where they live, right? You know where everybody lives.
Yeah, they all live in the same apartment mostly.
There's a comedian. It's like the Melrose Place of comedians.
Right.
But, oh my gosh! Well, I can't wait. We got to get going because we got to go do our show, and then every Tuesday night, so just come out. We got to follow social media. So you're always put on your social media. I'll blast it on mine too. How do we follow you? Facebook, Instagram.
Instagram, Eddie Trevino Comedy, and on Facebook, Eddie Trevino. Not that hard. And on TikTok, I think I'm not too much on TikTok, but I'm.
I was gonna say I was impressed that you had one. So you're not that old. You have a TikTok.
Yeah, I should use it more, but I will now that I've. And I also have an OnlyFans. And I'm just joking. I don't have one of those.
Put in your request for that too. Instead of put people on blast.
Right. But yeah, I mean, just Facebook, Instagram is pretty much how we'll promote and. It's cool because I really am looking forward to what's going to come
I'm so
out
excited.
This summer. That should be fun. So,
comics. Thank you for coming on the show today. This is what I had to do to get you on there. Is be like, let's do something together at Somebody Falls Cafe, and then
right. It's awesome. I know.
I finally got you here.
I wanted to come on for a while. We were just so busy. I
don't even know how you have time to do anything. I'm very impressed.
And now I'm like, okay, I can. I'm used to seeing you like when I'm driving on 99, seeing your big billboard, and I'm like, oh man, she's selling insurance. What's going on? Okay, apparently it's a show. It's a show that you were like one of those lawyers, car accident lawyers. But no, that's cool. I mean, you're out there. You're hitting it. I mean, I'm glad you noticed the weight loss thing because I know you're into gym and fitness.
Oh, you look great.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And it wasn't Ozempic. It wasn't Ozempic. My insurance didn't cover it, so I had to buy my own crack. All right, just joking.
Well, thanks for coming on the show. We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
Yes, see you guys. Somebody Falls.
great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
I think we've crossed a lot of paths, but now we get to like meet, hang out, and you have a really cool event coming up. So tell us about this.
So it's called the Hootenanny. It's called the Down Low Hootenanny.
I love the name. I think the name alone is so great. Like,
do you want me to kind of go into like how it started?
I'd love to know the whole history of this.
Okay, so we have a bull riding arena in Fresno. We buck every Thursday night for the last 30 years.
Where?
Off of Friant and Rice Road. So right across literally from Woodward Lakes and Park, but we're down like on the river bottom. So nobody really knows we're down there.
So like a mechanical bull?
No.
A real bull?
Real bulls. We have real bulls.
That is so, anybody can do it?
Yeah. Pay $20 and sign a release.
Oh, well, I don't know. I can't even do the mechanical bull. I don't know if I can handle a real bull. Wait, what's the liability on this? Explain this.
Right.
So
our insurance is really good.
I would hope so.
Then you have to sign that. But so my dad's been doing that for 30 years. His father before him did it. So he's born and raised Clovis, California, Fresno.
So you teach us. Is there like a training course? Like we go in and say, hey, I want to ride this bull today. And then what do?
They get on and they you got to come. You have to have a long sleeve shirt on, pants, boots. We've got the helmets, the pads.
Oh my God. I just went to the rodeo and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine doing this. And now we can actually pay $20 and do it.
Yes. Every Thursday night. So we have people come out all the time just to come watch, right? So it's kind of like
that's me. I'm going to be the watcher.
Yes. Yeah. So we buck every Thursday, weather permitting. Okay. My dad.
That makes sense. Okay.
So when it rains, like we're off season, right? So 2 winters ago, it rained a lot. Do you remember that? It was like the winter of 2022, 23, like a lot for Fresno. Mm-hmm. Well, we couldn't buck. And so my dad, and he's a farmer too, so he spends a lot of time at the bar when it's raining because he has nothing to do. So him and 2 of his friends who are all over the age of 70 were like, yeah, we could buck bulls tonight. And then they're like, wait a minute, what if we had a mud wrestling? So I get this call. I get 3 calls all in a row. My dad, his friend Brad, and then his friend Tom. All call me right in a row. We want to do a girls' mud wrestling. And I was like, no way, that's going to hurt their skin. Like, the dirt and everything.
I've never done that. Is it fun?
Mud wrestling? It hurts because like it scrapes you and stuff. If it's
I would think so. It is kind of hard.
Right. So I was like, okay, well, what if we did like an oil wrestling? And they're like, done. So
oh, okay. You switched it.
Switched it. Yeah. Because I felt like it'd be a little bit more nicer. So
can you? Or just so slippery with the oil?
Oh yeah, we did it. Yeah. We totally did it. So that's how the Hootenanny started. We were like, let's come up with like the most oaky white trash name, the Hootenanny, and that's how it came up. So we had our first one in 2023, and then I was telling you, like, I got my job, and so I was like,
you got too busy for fun and games. Tell your dad, hey, Dad, I'm too busy for fun and games.
Yes, yeah. And so finally, everybody kept pushing me, come on, are we going to have another one? And I'm like, okay, fine, let's do another one. So.
And then you have bands. It's not just
yeah.
So it's bull riding. We got oil wrestling, and then we have bands.
And then we have 3 bands. Corey Dane, he's this sweet little cute guy from Bakersfield. He's kind of like he has a band, but it's like him singing. He's got a great little voice. In Cahoots, which we had last time, who are like upbeat and fun. And then my friend saw Godzilla Radio, which I haven't seen still. Saw him at a bar in Clovis and texted me and was like, oh my gosh, you got to get this band. So I called them and they're like, yeah, we're open that day. So
awesome. And then food and drinks.
Yep.
So there's like the bar vibe of food, drinks, and everything.
Yep. We'll have a bar. It's 21 and over. Thursday nights are family oriented. So there's kids.
That's really cool. Okay. Yeah. So if you guys have been going Thursday nights, but this one event's going to be 21 and over. Yes. So how much are tickets for this event?
25 beforehand. 30 at the gate, and then I do have VIP that's 100.
What do you get for VIP?
All kinds of fun stuff. What? Like in on the action, and you have your own bartenders and your own everything is
our own oils for the wrestling. Like I'm like
if you want to oil them down.
Oh, that is so funny. That is just a great thing. Well, and I'm glad that you guys created this fun event.
It's so last time we had a bikini barrel race, and so I gave away a buckle. and
What does
everything.
that mean?
So the girls entered, they were in their bikinis, and they had stick horses, and they had to go around barrels. Whoever got the best time won. That was a little bit of a cat fight, though.
So they got the buckle. So there is a stick. And
You know what I'm talking? Remember the old stick horses like when we were kids?
Okay. Yeah.
They had to have one of those. They could not run. They could only trot, like kind of, they couldn't run.
So you're not doing that this year?
No,
Because there was too much fighting?
Well, no, I'm doing a different event. Can I say it on your show?
You could say whatever you want.
Oh, good. Okay. It's called Wiener Wrangling. And it's a surprise still, but they win a buckle. So.
This is with guys?
No, it's girls. It's only girls. It's only women.
So is it
Wiener Wrangling.
Is it with hot dogs?
It's not. It's not. It is okay. Just think of bull riding, but with a wiener instead of a bull.
Oh, well, that could be really fun. Wow, what a
We
great.
had to make it PG for the posters. I couldn't put like dick wrangling on there or something.
But that would be funny. Okay.
Yeah. So I was like trying to make it a little PG. So I got a buckle and everything. So whoever stays on the longest. So it's fun.
So how was that first year's event that you did that?
It was so good. It was, we had like giveaways. So we had and I don't know how you feel about this, but I have a guy who has his own gun shop. And so we did you take a card, you take a deck of cards, you buy like the deck of cards, or you buy one card, right, for $20. You cut it in half, you put it in a paper bag or whatever. When the deck of cards is sold, you pick the other half. Whoever matches that wins the gun.
Wow, you guys are giving away guns? That's a cool prize.
I thought so. But some people are like, about it and stuff. But yeah, they have to go sign and everything. The guy has the gun shop in Fresno.
So if you have a felony, you cannot enter.
You cannot enter. I definitely had some guys that could not enter. So, but it's just fun. It's wild. It's super wild. So if you have a jealous girlfriend, a jealous boyfriend, it's not for you. That is for sure. That's just, I have to be upfront and honest about that because it's a lot of fun. Oh, and this year we have an adult bounce house too.
Wait, is that with clothes or without clothes on? Now I'm
Whatever
trying to get into the vibe, the mindset of what this all could mean.
Whatever anybody wants to, however they want to be. So it's just open.
And I love this. You come from a family full of farmers.
Yes.
And you have a very local, small town feel. You've always been kind of working in the scene in Clovis.
Yeah.
And you've lived here your whole life.
My whole life, yeah. At the same property. I moved away for a little bit. I moved to Newport Beach. Did not like it because it wasn't homey, and I moved back home. And so I live in my grandma's house now, and my parents have their house. So we all live on the same ranch. So my family has one house, and they live in the other house, and we have 15 dogs because people drop off their dogs on the dirt road, and so we can't.
That's so funny.
We can't give them away because we just get attached, so they just live at our house.
That's so funny. That's actually how my family was. We all lived in the same. Well, we moved off the ranch, but
Yeah.
it was a lot like that. And then your dad was in politics for a short amount of time. Right?
No, different Jerry Brown.
Actually.
Yeah.
No, I heard that your brother. You have a brother, right?
No,
you don't have a brother.
Child.
Oh, so I know. Okay, so I know the
You know
other.
different
Yes.
Browns?
He was telling me about because he did something like this with with ranching as far just ranching, nothing like this. This is really cool. He was telling me about that, and I was like, so that's why I thought you guys were related.
No, I'm an only child. My dad's an only child. Why?
Actually, you guys have all these pets and ranches. That's just weird.
That's probably why we adopt so much.
Oh my god! And I'm way younger than my siblings, so I feel like the only child in my, as well. So it's I get that vibe. So it's you're only child, but you're everybody's child because you're there and your family's so huge. I love that. That's so awesome. Okay, we have gun giveaways. What else is the other giveaway? I heard there's something else that's really cool. Not just guns, right?
We have a guy that makes an old bar regular of mine, love him to death, but he does wood sculptures and wood flags and everything out of wood. And so he's going to give an American flag away that's all lit up. Really cool. I really can't, I think that's it, to be honest. It's not really, it's more about the events and everything, you know?
Well, that's just a bonus if you get to win something at the end of the day.
We do a 50-50 raffle too.
What's that?
Where you put $20 in, You get up to so much, and then whoever has the winning ticket gets half of the pot. Like the money, half the money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do one of those too.
And what about the games? I thought there was more. I know that you see that there's like the weenie thing.
Yes.
And then that. But is there other games that people could play?
Last time, we've got like what's it called? The beer pong. It's not beer pong. What's it called?
It's beer pong, but it's different, right?
You throw the bean bags into the hole.
Oh, cornhole. Cornhole.
That's just hanging out there. So it's really, really kickback.
I don't know how you have it set up, but I play some cornhole that's actually really hard. So I'm like, now when people say cornhole, I'm not thinking like, oh, this is easy. This is shoo-in. It's not. It's so hard. Oh my gosh.
No. So, and then last time, Gnarly Charlie was there. I don't know if he's going to be here this time, but he came up with this whole thing, Mr. Hootenanny, and that was like a fun little thing. All the guys got involved.
So who won that? That sounds like a fun.
His name's Big Worm.
Wow, how'd you get to win the Mr. Hootenanny?
I did not. I was running around Sparkle so much, like making sure
you
everybody
didn't get to have
good.
any fun, did you?
No. I was making sure everything was going good because we had actually, it's like a big thing to put on an event.
Oh, I know. I
not.
commend you for it. But that's why I can't even believe I didn't know that every Thursday you could just be an amateur and go into bull riding.
Yes.
That's like, I don't know why you don't hear about these things. I hang out in Clovis enough.
We are so, our place is called Brown Bucking Bulls. That's my dad's Jerry Brown.
And you said it's under...
So you go off of Rice Road, past the dump, and you go all the way to the bottom of the dirt road, and then you keep going, and that's where we're at.
Oh.
So we're
you got to go in the land less traveled. That road you didn't think was a road. I would love for you to see where I grew up. You'd have a field. I think it's like we grew up in a similar area. So you'd be like,
oh my gosh, where do you live? Oh, down this dirt road, past this orchard, and then all of a sudden you come into a house, right?
That is so much fun. Yeah. I love this. This is going to be fun. So where do we get our tickets? You have a poster for us? Let's look at that.
I do. So it's kind of, food trucks, oil wrestling. Oil wrestling is like our main event at the end of the night.
What do you win for that? If you're
it's not really a win thing, no. It's just a wild, last time, so the guy that helps me run it, Doug, the best guy ever. He's been my best friend forever, and he helps.
And guys and girls can participate?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But that one got a little wild because I had one of those like kiddie pools with the water. One girl was getting her face smashed into it, so he said no water this year. Tara, please, because we had to pull the girls apart. So it's wild. It's fun. Don't worry if you see some flesh. Like if you're worried about seeing a boob hang out every once in a while.
This kind of reminds me of the Beer Olympics. Have you ever gone to that?
No. Where is that at?
That's in Sanger. Really?
See? Oh, wait.
I guess do we know the different, like...
Wait, I have heard about this. The guys get on, like, their horses and, like, rope people and stuff.
There's some of that goes on, too, and it's every year, it's every summertime, and so it is. I guess we know we go to the different Okie parties. Okay, there we go. We're in the know, but it's like the different ones. We're the offset. Well,
yes.
I'll go to this one, I'll take you to that one.
Yes. Oh, my God, I would love to go. I've heard about that before. So the guy that made my poster didn't want to put my number on there because he was just a little worried. So I have my Instagram.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, yeah. So at Brown Bucking Bulls Star
Tara.
Star Tara. At Brown Bucking Bulls Tara. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm on Instagram.
Can you say that better? I did not say that. Tell the audience that. I don't know how to talk, apparently.
Brown Bucking Bulls Tara. Tara.
Thank you for saying that properly. I'm like...
And then I have Facebook, of course, but I have my married last name, and we have a Facebook for Brown Bucking Bulls too. So, but it's called the Down Low because we're kind of on the down low. So
that's how the Beer Olympics is too, because we would have a really good time, you guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it is.
Yeah, just a lot of beer drinking and bands and fun.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming on my show, and I can't wait. This sounds like a great time.
I know. I'm excited. So you will definitely be there.
Come on out, guys. Welcome back.
Well, hello. Thank you for having me, girl.
Wait, you got to tell our viewers, it's your anniversary?
Yes, definitely 1 year. Tomorrow makes 1 year of being on the Sparkle Show. Wait, come back again. I'm sorry. The year, yes.
I mean, we didn't know. The funny thing is we didn't plan that. I mean, this is how, like, chemistry and God, all that stuff just
God's
works.
timing.
I'm like,
yes, it's God's timing. Yes. I was looking through the phone. I'm like, wait a minute. I just texted you May 14th about being on your show. Like, can I have a redo? And here a year later,
I love
redo.
that. That is so awesome. And I love how everything changes in here. You know, you're telling me about the difference between last year and this year. I've had changes, and it's like, isn't that amazing how things change? And now, and yeah, you say you have like more confidence than last year, even though that you're amazing.
Well, I thank you first of all, let me say thank you for having me again for the second time. And it is amazing because last year I was nervous. Remember I had my cup of water right here? I was like, give me some water, you know, but yes, I'm in a different space now. I'm mentally, physically, emotionally stronger. At that time I was weak, you know, I was fighting battles but God placed me here because this is what I'm asking God for. I'm like, God, put me, because I want my own show. I want to do things too.
And you're really blew up because when you were kind of starting off when I met you, and then now it's like
within a year, yes. God just works in mysterious ways. You know, I just wanted 3 to 4 guest speakers on my podcast, and now I have about almost 300 women.
That is so incredible. Isn't that incredible when you think about it? Like,
yes, it's amazing. But that's what happens when you do what's right, you know, and you ask God to bless you with things in life, He will give it to you. So just me getting myself together and focusing on myself and my kids and God, and He just blessed me, you know. And I'm thankful.
300 women. That's incredible.
Yes.
Where do you find them?
I don't know. They just came. They just came.
You build it, they will come. You built it, they came.
You know, you got to put it out there and put it in the atmosphere. You know, you got to ask for what you want, and God will bring it to you. I just posted one day. I was laying in bed, and I posted on TikTok, and I woke up. I said 200 comments. I'm like, no way. And I closed it up again. Next thing you know, I was at 5,000 views, 6,000 views, 7,000
wow,
views.
that's
so
really
it's
cool.
almost at 11,000 views right now, and I have like almost 600 comments, and they're still coming. Like, can I come tell my story on your show? Because I have one of my guest speakers here for my podcast, her. She's here supporting me, and I thank her for coming. But
that's so cool. I love that.
It's just a blessing that I was able to reach that many people, and because it's what I want to do. And it just happened.
And I love that you stuck with it. I think a lot of people try things and they don't stick with it, and that's why they never know. You know, I think people want things to happen so fast, so easy. Yeah. And it doesn't always work like that. Sometimes you have to build. It takes a while to build and get the following and get people to really, you know.
And this is not overnight. This is like, I started in 2022. It's going on 3 years, but I did have ups and downs, hiccups, because I wasn't really focusing on what needed to be done. I knew I needed to do this, but I was having my own battles and stuff that I was fighting, so I really didn't put my all into it. So within the last 90 days, I really put my all into it, and this all happened within 90 days.
That is really incredible.
Mm-hmm. Being consistent.
But and you said you're doing multiple, like, what do you do in a week? You said you've been doing a lot per week.
Well, this month of May, because since this all just happened, this all just happened. Like when you message,
I love that.
I'm telling you, girl. And when this happened, then you message me, that I've been getting so many opportunities that's coming. I'm like, okay, God, it's just everything is just blowing up in a matter of days. You know, every day, every single day, it's a new blessing coming through my phone. So that's why I say I thank you so much, because I didn't think you was going to have me come back on this show.
Well, no, and I kept seeing you in my face, and I was just like, whatever. Now people just post everything. Your content was good. It was always something new and something cool. And well, who's this doing that? I was like, this is cool content every day. I couldn't get away from it. I'm like, that means she needs to come back, because this is good, and it's in my face, and I like it. I don't want to look away. I'm like, I like it. I want to see more in my face. That kind of good in your face. You know what I mean?
That just goes to show you never know who's watching. So whoever's out there, make sure you post the content. Do it. You know, so right now, since I have all these women that want to be on my podcast, I'm doing a 30-day run. And so every day I'm dropping a new episode. Today is day...
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, no, like I said, I've done something only one time. So I know it's a big push. It's hard. So I don't...
So I'm on day 12. Today marks day 12. So 12 out of 30. So we're going to see where I'm at in 30 days. So.
Just making a post every day. Like, I have this thing where I'm going to make a post every day for a week. It's like... There's so much pressure. I can't imagine dropping this every day in a row. You have no days off.
No days. Well, I did take a day off, but I picked it up. So today, like I said, is day 12. So I have, all my episodes are pre-recorded for the rest of this week. So I already have them ready. I already scheduled them. I'm doing this all by myself. You know, I don't have no help. So I'm just doing it. And I don't know what I'm doing, but, you know, God is just giving me the instructions on how to handle this. So, and everything is flowing.
Okay, so tell everyone where they could see this show. Where would they listen?
Oh, okay. I just put myself on YouTube podcast.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so I'm on YouTube podcast. I'm on iHeartRadio.
Good. That's actually where I'm going to subscribe to the YouTube podcast.
Yeah, do it.
That's what I want. Okay.
Yeah, so let me start over. I'm on YouTube podcast. I'm on iHeartRadio. I'm on Spotify. Why are you looking like
I was like, you got to start over because there's so many things.
I'm on TikTok. I'm on Apple Radio. I'm on Amazon Music. I'm on all streaming platforms.
I love it. No, see, there were so many you can't even remember them all.
Yeah, I know.
I was like,
and it's getting bigger and bigger. I want to be like global. Like I want to be big. You know.
I think in no time. That is so amazing. And then do you do this from your home? And then there's a call in. How does it even work? I really have no idea how podcasts.
Oh, you want to know the secret?
Well, I mean, whatever you don't mind saying. I'm not trying to burn the spot. But...
No, actually, so I live in the projects. I live in the projects, working on my projects, trying to make it out. So.
I love that you're working your project in the projects.
Yeah, come on. I mean, where's the better way to work on your project? You know you're trying to make it out, you know? So, yeah. I just work from home. I have a little laptop. I used to have ring lights, all that, but I said I just need my laptop and my cell phone. And I call them and have them on speaker. I should have did an interview right here in front of you.
Did it start more video-wise? Is that what you said you had ring lights? Like, why'd you have the ring lights?
That's when I first started. I just bought a whole bunch of equipment.
You said no, yeah.
And I said, I don't got time for all
We
this.
all go through that, right?
Yeah, so I'm like, I got kids, so ring lights broken. I don't even know what stuff's like now.
Oh, my God.
So I just set up my laptop. I have the software, and I call them on the phone. Hey, girl, how you doing? Like I would just say, I should have did an interview live right here. That would have been cool, huh? To show you how I do it.
Hey, I'll come by and I'll come across and watch it. I'm like, that would be fun. I'll film a little behind the scenes.
So that way I can reach people all across the world because I have a lot of people from Texas. I mean, all across the state lines. I have people.
I love that.
And so I'd be like, girl, we just talking on the phone like it's your friend. Like you call me, hey, Sparkle, how you doing? You know, oh, I'm good. And we just go from there. And I say my podcast is not scripted. What you hear is what you're going to hear. You might hear my kids screaming, crying, and no telling, but it's real. It's authentic. We're just be yourself, Well,
that's how we are here. We're not scripted. Even though you did ask me, what are you going to ask me? What are you going to ask me? Like, girl, you know it. Yeah. You do the same thing I do.
I know, right?
I'm like,
yes, that's so funny. I love it. It's going well.
So the main goal of this show is to help women.
It's to empower, uplift, motivate,
and inspire.
It's called I Am Her, You Are Me. Together is one we could be.
Yeah.
Because
and it started with the poem, right?
It just started.
I thought you wrote something and then
it started from when I was depressed. I was going through a hard breakup, a hard time, and I was just sitting at home and I was reading the Bible and I just read something and it just came to my mind. I said, I am her, you are me.
Right.
And I just started it. I didn't know what I just started it. God put it on my heart to start it. So, and it's just been going. And now that I'm starting to meet a lot of people and hear their stories, it's like, man, I am her, and she is me. We go through things, and if we stick together, we can uplift and inspire and motivate each other to reach our full potential and succeed, Isn't
it weird how we have something in common with, like, everybody?
Yeah.
How you said, like, it's just...
So why not stick together and build and help each other? Like, we do the same thing.
And you said you were in the projects, you're here, and then you're talking to somebody, like, in Texas.
Yeah,
like,
I talked to people in Virginia. I have talked to someone. I actually did an episode with someone that was deaf, that couldn't hear.
Really?
Yes. I was like, wait a minute, how is that going to happen? She called me on FaceTime, and I was actually speaking to her, and she was able to read my lips, and I was able to speak to do the interview. It was like my probably like day 5 or something. And I was like, God, how am I going to interview this lady, this woman, and she can't even, can't hear me? But, God just let me know you can do anything. And we talked on FaceTime, and she was able to understand me, and she was able to
Did she speak well, or did she have an interpreter?
No, she spoke well.
That is so cool.
That's what I said.
I love that.
Yeah, so we did it, and it was a phenomenal episode. Check it out, you guys. But that's how I was too. During it, I'm like, you can understand me? She was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, and it's not funny, but I
love that.
And so I'm over here trying to do sign language, and she was like, I understand you. I'm like, okay, but it was just like, that let me know, like, I'm doing what I'm called to do, and it just made me feel good. Like, I gotta keep going, and I'm gonna keep going because I'm gonna keep going higher.
So what story, like, really, I don't know, what's one that really sticks out? I know they all do. I know everything's special, but what's something that really sticks out?
You're gonna have them mad at me if I pick one of them, because I love them all.
I know, but just something kind of sticks out, or something that was like you really identify with it. Was kind of like, man, this is exactly what I went through.
Well, the episode hasn't dropped yet. It's gonna actually, by the time it was gonna drop on Thursday. It's this girl, she's in Texas, and her story is like mine. She has 2 boys like me. She's a single mom like me. Her son is 9, and her kids are 9 and 4, and mine are 8 and 3. And we went through a lot of the same battles and fights, and we had just a lot of things that we had. It was like read on. I wouldn't want to cry. I would get emotional. But it was just exactly my story. And I'm like, do you know my life? You work for the FBI? Like, how do you know all this stuff? She was like, no, it's my story. And but then also the deaf girl, the lady that was deaf, and she was able to come on my show. That let me know, like, wow, like there's no challenge or there's nothing that can come in my way to block what God has for me. So those are two. I love all you guys. I love them all, you guys, but those 2 episodes are my top ones so far.
You do a lot like with relationships. A lot of women get wronged by men, and not to take away from men and their pain, but you get a lot of that, right? A lot of women that have gone through battles.
Yeah, I feel like most women, their problems do come from dealing with men and not knowing their self-worth, or, having to heal from trauma from dealing with men. And most of my stories do come from being sexually abused by their families or people like that. It's some stuff you will hear, you'll be like, what in the world? And I have to say to them, like, are you sure, this is recorded, are you sure you want me to release this so the world can hear? And it's kind of crazy, like, things people do go through and how it's hard. It's just a phenomenal how they even find me. Let me say this. How can I say this? It makes me feel good knowing that they find me as a safe place, although it's going to be broadcasted to the world. And it's like, wow. And they're so happy. They feel healed. I'm like, it just makes me feel good.
Well, everybody wants to be heard. So
yes, and
that's
I make them feel heard. And I said, no matter how big I go in life, I'm never going to forget where I started. And I want this to be where eventually the people that I did interview, come on, let's talk in person now. Let me fly you out. Let me get big to the point where I can come fly you out and show my respect to you in person. Because if it was not for these women to come on my platform to share their story with little old me, I wouldn't be where I am today. So it's just phenomenal, how I don't know, I'm just doing what God called me to do. And
I really believe it. I think that's so great. And I was just having this conversation earlier today. We were talking about incarcerated women. Now, a lot of women have ended up being incarcerated because of a man and bad choices. And I mean, stuff like that. So do you get some of those stories too, where women have come out of being incarcerated?
Actually, I just had a story with Amanda Hall. She was, hey sis, yes, I'm going to tell your story. It's already out. She was looking at 15 years to life.
Why does that sound familiar to me? Why does the name sound familiar?
Well, she's not even familiar. She's from a whole nother state.
But what is that? What did she do?
No, she had got a charge because she was in a relationship with a man, and she was looking at some time. But, by the grace of God, she was able to walk away and have her baby and have a good life, So your man could be the reason that you fall down. Most of my stories, like you said, they do involve women involved with men to put themselves in harm. Yeah.
Wow, so that's got to be something when you hear about these things.
Well, when I hear them, with some stories, I'm like, okay. I can relate to most of them. Like 90% of my episodes I've had, I can relate to them because I've been through it. But I haven't been to jail before, so I don't know how that feels to go to jail, but I do show sympathy and empathy because I couldn't imagine,
But don't you feel good that you've gotten out some of your bad toxic relationships? Do you think they could have, if you would have stayed in, that could have led to that? Because that's a big thing. People don't realize that, it could, you never know. You're either going to end up dead in prison, or that's how toxic relationships. You ended up in some bad, bankrupt, dead, or in prison. So I mean,
that's true. You just have to. I'm so happy that I came to the point in life where I'm old enough to walk away, because I've been to the point where you can be with somebody. And you can be with them and helping them prosper. You can be making yourself, decline, not helping yourself evolve as a person. You can lose yourself. You can be in a situation so bad to where you don't even know who you are no more, and I've been there before and I don't want to go back. So that's why I'm here to uplift the women, to let them know that you are worthy, you are beautiful, you are amazing, you are fearfully, wonderfully made. You don't have to settle for nothing to feel like you're something. There's somebody out here that would treat you like the queen that you are. So don't settle. There's so much more, and that's what I'm here to do. Because I know how it feels to be somewhere just to get a little bit of love and affection. No, we don't want that. Because we deserve more than just a little conversation and little things to make us okay for that time being. You deserve somebody that's going to treat you like you're royal, like you're the queen that you are, Yeah.
Doesn't that give you strength, knowing that you are strong, that you have walked away? I mean, I know in your low points you felt low, but when you see some of these other stories where you're like, well, gosh, at least I did walk away at a certain point in time. You know what I mean? That's got to feel liberating and feel good for you.
Yeah, it does make me feel good, but it also makes me feel good that God put me in a position to where I can help them get out of that situation. I can't tell you what to do, but I can advise you on what you should do, but it's up to you to do it, you know?
So you might have been the reason a lot of people walked away when they listened to you.
I can't take the credit, maybe, you know, but
that's got to be really powerful to know that. Yeah, to know that, you know what I mean?
Well, I have a lot of people that always, because I give them my personal number, you know. I talk to them because I want us to be connected.
Right.
I get a message every day from somebody saying I changed their life. Or somebody just saying I inspire them or I uplift them.
It's true, though, and it's like, it is really good that sometimes the littlest things, you're like, well, I'm just here and I'm just doing this. But that's all you need to do is be that voice, that listen, be the ear that listen, be the voice that put it out there, and be, you know, just that small step.
Somebody has to do
and
it.
It's so awesome that you took it up. I love that you're still doing it, that you've prospered. I love that. I think too many people give up and have great ideas and they just give up. But
I'm happy I didn't give up, because if I would have gave up, I wouldn't be standing here today, proud, strong, and the amazing woman that I am. So I'm happy that I got past all the things that try to set me back and put God first, and now I'm taking off, and no telling what's going to happen when I leave here.
Oh my gosh. Doesn't that happen when you're on the brink of success, though? You're at that point where it's like you're either not going to do it or you're going to go all the way, and I'm so glad you went all the way.
I'm all in. You know, I cannot afford to lose no more. I done lost too many times. So now it's time to keep going up the ladder. It's time to keep prospering.
I know you have this big social media boom. I think you were talking to me about it the other day, and I felt like, shoot, I don't even know what any of this means. I was going to tell you, I'm like, I don't know. How do I do all these things? So tell us about that, about the social media boom that you want to do.
I just like to network with people. God gave me the gift to be a gift for grab, I guess. Like whoever I want to do, whoever I want to talk to, I can get a hold of them. You know, like, I just have good people that I know, you know.
But you said you were trying to, like, get a boom to, like, grow even more,
I want to get bigger. Yeah.
So, because you have grown in such a small time.
I'm going to get bigger and bigger and better and better.
I can't wait. I was like, you told me the numbers. I'm like, well, that's so impressive. I'm just very, like, I've grown everything really organically and small. So I'm
organic. This is straight me. This is all me, no team, no nothing. So imagine what happened when I have a team behind me.
That's so true.
That's all I'm waiting for.
Once you could do everything yourself, and then you get the right people, it's so amazing. Right?
I'm just waiting for God to align me with the right people that sees my vision and want to help me get up help me be the star that I am.
And you brought great ladies here today. So
yes, and I thank you guys so much for coming. Love you guys too, but I'm just waiting to see. He placed these wonderful people in my life to come and just take photos for me, you know? So I've been asking God for that, like, send me the team. Send me the people that see my vision, that believe in what I want to do, because I just need y'all. I know what to do, but I just need
you. It so helps when you have help. I mean, we all know what to do, but it's just like just having that team, it really helps.
But I thank you, though, because I always wanted to be in this type of setting, and if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even know what it was like. And you're the second time again, so I know third time is going to be greater.
Well, we better do it in May, since that's our anniversary.
Yeah.
We better make sure our anniversary.
And then you're amazing too. You're great. You're phenomenal.
Thank you so much for coming on my show today.
And I thank you for having me. And yes, it's a blessing.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. Just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, oh, I must confess, dear, don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do, and there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving, I don't wanna be just friends, knowing all this time we were playing pretend.